So this is a Sprite Alpine 2, going to take you around the van, show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your gas bottle with gas regulator on top, gas valve on top of the bottle for turning the gas flow on and off. On top, on the bulkhead of the Caravan you have the gas regulator with a yellow gas isolator on the left hand side. On the front right hand side of the van you have your water pump connection, which is very simple to use. You pull the bleed trigger back and release it from the side of the Caravan, and to push it into place you push it in and lock it in place. The pump or the pickup pipe will then drop down inside the aqua roll itself. You'll fill the water system from the inside of the Caravan, which we'll demonstrate once we go inside of the van. On either side front of the Caravan you have your wind down legs to stabilise the van, and they are only there for stabilising. You would never lift the Caravan with these legs. Then have your heating and hot water flow. You need to remove the cover, as you can see, before igniting anything on gas inside of the Caravan. If you ignited stuff inside of the if you tried to ignite stuff on the inside of the van while this cover was on, it would potentially blow the cover off, or it wouldn't ignite. You've then got your battery box with your mains power lead coming to the side of the van, as you can see. And then you've got your 110 amp leisure battery in place, ready to power the 12 volt systems. We've then got our fridge vents. The fridge vents are simply there to allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in, and behind one of these is also a gas flue for the gas system on board the van, for the fridge. The motor mover and wheel nuts. The motor mover will demonstrate while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting so you can see they've been tightened correctly. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank, which will take 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use, so you'll open it up and put the water in there. Then in the bottom here, you have a toilet waste cassette itself. On this side of the van at the rear, also we have the toilet waste tank. So to release it, you pull up the yellow handle at the bottom and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out so the waste can be tipped away. On the back of the cassette you've got a yellow pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Before you use this cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water in the cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the rear of the Caravan you have wind down legs on either side to stabilise the van again, but like I said before, they are only there for stabilising, not lifting the Caravan. On the rear of the van we have the 2 grey waste pipes, so you put your 2 bits of grey, so you put your 2 grey waste pipes into the large diameter holes and then drop them down inside your waste master. Coming down the door side of the Caravan, on the front left hand side you have your last wind down leg, which again is just there for stabilising and not lifting the Caravan. Go inside the van now and I'll show you how the inside works. So above the door, as you come into the Caravan, you'll see your master control panel. You've got your mains power here. You've got your water pump, your battery select, so you can go from leisure battery to vehicle battery depending on if you're towing down the road or not. And then you've got view levels for your 12 volt systems and your, so you've got your 12 volt systems here for your onboard battery and your 12 volt system for your vehicle battery. And what you'll also notice is in the top left hand corner of the panel, when it clears up on the screen, it actually says mains power. So what that means is you've got mains power coming from the post on the site to the Caravan itself just here. The first thing you're going to need to do is to fill the water system up on board the Caravan. So you turn all the taps to the hot side and you open them all up on the hot side of the water system. That's all the taps on board the Caravan, open them completely up. You'll then come underneath the seat on the right hand side front of the Caravan, and underneath this seat you'll actually find a yellow drain down valve, which is a little bit hard to see in the video. But essentially that yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor as you see it now. Once that valve is parallel with the floor and you've got all the taps open on the hot side of the water system, you can come over to the control panel above the door and you'll then hit the water pump switch. So the water pump switch is just here, so when it's off it'll have no green lights, and when it's on it will have a green light to indicate that the water pump is on and running. Once you have water coming out of every tap on board the Caravan, you can then shut all of the taps off and you'll be able to start heating the water on board the water system. To be able to operate the water heating on board the Caravan, you'll need to come to the control panel underneath the seat, or the control boxes underneath the seat. You'll need to make sure that you've got your main power on this side. If not, all the power will be turned off inside of the van. You'll have your reverse polarity for in some European countries. The charger is for the 12 volt system on board the van, so you'd need to have that on for the battery to charge on board the Caravan. The space heater switch you see here, you'll need to have on to make sure you've got power going to your space heater when you want to warm the Caravan up. And on the end here, you actually have your water heater. Once you've got power connected to the Caravan and you've got the water system full, you'll be able to press this switch in, and it'll actually allow the water system to start warming up to a preset temperature. If you're not sure if you've got power coming into the Caravan or not, if you hit the test switch just down here on the right hand side, and it trips as it has done now and turned all the power off, that means you have power coming into the Caravan. If that switch doesn't trip when you press that button, it will actually mean there is no power coming from the site you are on. As you can see, everything has come back on at that point. So that's your 240 trip switches on the right hand side. Then on the left hand side here, you have your 12 volt fuses for the 12 volt operations on the van. On the door itself, for this storage area, you actually have a list on the left hand side of your 12 volt fuses, and on the right hand side you have a list of your 230 volt trip switches. So with the water system full, and as you can see, the water system is warming up on the electric side now, which is what we've just turned on, that control panel on the right hand side. It will start warming the water up. To warm the water up on gas, you have another control panel on the right hand, on the opposite side of the Caravan. I'm just going to wait for the screen to clear up a little bit again. To control the water heater on gas, you'll actually spin this dial round to the gas symbol just at the bottom here. And when it ignites on gas, you'll have a green light appear behind here. If it fails to ignite, like it's going to in a moment, just because the gas isn't turned on, you'll actually get a red light appear on this side. You can then control the temperature of the water heating on board the Caravan on this dial on the front. So you've got a temperature between 30 and 70 degrees, as you can see just here. When the green light comes on, you'll be able to put the temperature that you want, or put it in line with this 0 here essentially. When the green light is on, you'll be able to put the temperature you want over the top of that green light, and that is the temperature the water system will warm up to on gas. On the left hand side here, you have your main heating for the Caravan on mains power. If you want the heating turned off, this is actually the room heating. You can have it on the 0 position here in the centre. 500 watts, 1000 or 2000 watts will depend on what Caravan site you're on and how much power you can run into the heating system. For this, we do advise you ask the site office when you arrive on site. And then you can control the temperature of the heater on the dial on the front between 1 and 9. To turn the heating back off, you'll put it back to the off position just here, and it will isolate the power to the heater. Behind me, we have the fridge. To turn the fridge on, you'll press the power button just here. The control panel will come on. So you've got 3 different options for running the fridge. You've got mains power, 12 volt for when you're towing down the road, and if it isn't connected to a 12 volt supply from the car you're towing with, it'll actually flash blue here and bring up a warning symbol. And if you want to ignite the fridge on gas, you'll need to make sure the gas bottle is turned on in the front locker. The gas symbol will come on here, and the blue light is essentially the pilot light. If the blue light is solid, it means it has ignited on gas. If it is flashing blue, then it means it has failed to ignite. You can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side on gas or mains. Hob, cooker and grill all work very much the same as your household appliance with your igniter on the front, as you can see just here. Going into the bathroom now, which is the last part of the van we're going to go through. We have a pump flush on the toilet system to flush the toilet. You have your toilet waste flap at the bottom here, so you'll open up the grey waste handle to allow the waste into the cassette underneath the Caravan. And the toilet seat does turn for your convenience. However, if the toilet seat isn't pointing straight across the van, as it is now, towards the sink area, when you try to remove the cassette from the van, it will actually lock the cassette in place and you will not be able to remove the cassette. That is also the same if you have the grey waste handle open below the toilet. So that is a Sprite Alpine 2. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your Caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.